for a response. This week on the Football League show, Championship leaders QPR look to bounce back from 2 straight defeats. Hoping for a return to the big time. There's been no stopping Leeds of late. This week they take on Sven-Göran Eriksson's Leicester. And making up for lost time, Cardiff are back in action after a weather-affected week off. Their opponents are Coventry. We start the show in West London. Championship frontrunners Queen's Park Rangers suffered their first 2 defeats of the season in quick succession. This week they hosted promotion hopeful Swansea in a bid to return to winning ways. The commentator is Martin Fisher.
In by Joe Allen. Hit goalwards, saved by Kenny. It's a fine stop by Kenny. Gawks is up from the back. Helgeson always a danger. Hill is forward too. Goalkeeper came and then went back and in the end had to make a recovery to make the save. Had to pedal back quickly to get his palm to that one, and Swansea struggling to clear their lines here. Well, initially, Lewis de Vries got this wrong. He came for it and was in no man's land, and when the header came in from Hill, he had to backpedal furiously to get it clear. Taarabt again, he's away from Allen. Taking on Monk, away from him too. Sending up Mackie! Goal QPR! Relief for Jamie Mackie. It's his first goal since mid-September. And Neil Warnock's side, having soaked up a lot of pressure early on, go in front through Jamie Mackie. Brilliantly set up by Adel Taarabt. Christmas cheer at Loftus Road. And look at this from the right back, what a run. Might go all the way here, brought down by Tate right on the edge. Well, it must be a card of some colour, surely. And it's all spilling out of control here. Initially it was Mackie with Tate, and then Clint Hill got involved. Now, what did the official far side see of this? Jamie Mackie needlessly gets involved, then Clint Hill comes to his aid. And it all gets a little bit unnecessary, very untidy here. And if he didn't bring the card out earlier for the initial challenge, surely Phil Crossley has to bring a card or 2 out here. Red card for Alan Tate for putting his head into the face of Clint Hill. So Swansea are down to 10. Clint Hill goes as well. So both left-backs have been sent off by referee Phil Crossley. Drama at Loftus Road. It'll be the number 12, Nathan Dyer, who will be sacrificed. And it's Tommy Smith, Queen's Park Rangers left winger, who gets the hook. Taarabt is there, obviously. Goes to the curler. And de Vries forced to take evasive action. It was dropping. Ashley Williams does like to bring it forward from the back, and QPR letting him do so. The shot is on here. Took a deflection. Kenny's acrobatic dive to his left was required. Williams again lines up the shot. Williams, good effort, fine save. Kenny Beattie, Kenny again. Beattie was offside anyway, but Kenny wasn't to know that. First he kept out Williams, and then does the same to Beattie. Taarabt. Clever again. Bursting forward to his left is Walker. Here is Walker. Walker for QPR! Well, it was heading goalwards. It's a great block by the Swansea defence. Fabulous play again by Taarabt. Wonderful challenge by Gawks. Helgeson trying to make something of this. What a touch. Taarabt is in. Taarabt brought down by Williams. It'll be a penalty. Williams knows that he mistimed the challenge. The Rangers fans are clamouring for the red card. I'm not sure that it will be yellow. Breathing space between Rangers and Swansea. Heidar Helgeson's 6th of the campaign, his 4th from the spots, and QPR on course for returning to winning ways here. Helgeson's layoff. It's Taarabt, set up the first 2 goals. Can he settle it here? Taarabt into double figures for the season. Queen's Park Rangers, 3 goals this afternoon. 3 points now look an absolute certainty. The blip is over. Pratley taking a risk. Helgeson might punish him. He's away from Williams. Might have to go himself here. Helgeson does. Blocked by De Vries, but here's Taarabt. Blocked by De Vries again. Well, that'll make up for the failure to keep out Taarabt earlier. Double save from De Vries there that keeps the score down. Taarabt surely feels he should have made it 4. Taarabt. Well, the tricks will come out now. Oh, brilliant. Through the legs of Allen. Is there a finish? There is! Brilliant, Taarabt! What an inspiration he has been to Queen's Park Rangers. Look at this, first the tricks. It's not just showboating though, when you can finish like that. De Vries got a touch, but not sufficient one. And it's 4-0 QPR as Rangers go rampant. And the Warnock family know that the man of the house will come home full of smiles.
I thought it was a nervous 15 minutes early doors, but you know, you get that with Swansea. You know, you very rarely touch the ball at times, and so. But I thought tactically we were all right today, and the first goal was going to be important.
I felt up until the red card we were the better side, but obviously once that changed, the game changed in terms of the structure of both teams, and then what didn't help was we didn't defend so well with the goals we gave away. The 4th goal was a terrific goal, but the other 3 we could have been better with.
The man they were all waiting for, Simon Grayson, as he returned to Leicester with his Leeds United side unbeaten in 9 league games. Grayson spent time with both clubs as a player, but with Leeds top of the form table and looking to secure a 4th consecutive league win, he wasn't going to go easy on his former employers. Leicester fans have had plenty to cheer at home this season, and their side was seeking a hat-trick of wins over Leeds, having already beaten them at Ellen Road in the League and League Cup this season. The Foxes started brightly, but they were chasing the game on 19 minutes. Neil Kilkenny with the precise delivery in, Max Gradle, a product of the Leicester Academy no less, profiting from a slip by Carl Norton to nod in his 4th in 3 league matches. The goal steadied Leeds' nerves, and 10 minutes after the break they doubled their advantage. Robert Snodgrass clearly had only one thing in mind. What a way to mark his 100th start for the club, the sort of strike that wouldn't look out of place in the Premier League. So Leicester looked set for their first home defeat under Sven-Göran Eriksson until a loose ball in midfield fell to Darius Vassell. The former England international still has pace at the age of 30 and clearly too much for Kasper Schmeichel, who did little to avoid the trip. With the home crowd baying for a red card, the day must have been relieved when the colour was merely yellow. Up stepped Paul Gallagher, who had no doubt what he'd do with a spot kick. The result, his 4th goal in 4 league matches to give Leicester a lifeline. And 4 minutes later, Leeds' lead evaporated completely with a moment of magic from Andy King. And 9th goal for the Foxes this season. Suddenly, Sven's men were level. Leeds desperately tried to get themselves back into a winning position. Chris Kirkland doing well to deny Neil Collins from close range. Moments later, sub Billy Painter was adamant his side should have had a penalty. Gallagher's arm the one struck. Painter's protestations, though, fell on deaf ears. Leicester held on for a point. Leeds now unbeaten in 10.
That was very good to come back after 2-0 down. And We showed today, second half, that we can fight as well, not only play good football.
We made one mistake for it, and that gave them the opportunity to come back into the game, which lifted the crowd. Thought they were very quiet, and we had some great opportunities, and it was a good away performance up to them.
After a flying start to the season, Cardiff's recent dip in form has caused disquiet amongst their chilly fans. The Bluebirds have secured just 5 points from their last 7 games, but a win against playoff-chasing Coventry would do wonders to restore confidence. And they came out all guns blazing. Peter Whittingham delivered the free kick. Chris Riggott lost his marker, but Kieran Westwood tipped wide brilliantly. An early goal was just what was needed, and on 21 minutes, Seyi Olifinjana delivered. Andy Keogh's quick free kick set Craig Bellamy away. His cutback found the big Nigerian, who did the rest. Cardiff were looking comfortable, and Coventry were more than once guilty of ball watching. Kieran Westwood was responsible for keeping the scoreline respectable. Michael Chopra denied more than once. Coventry did have a chance to draw level just before the break. Gary McSheffrey's corner, Richard Wood's header, merely parried by David Marshall, but Lukas Jutkovic couldn't capitalise. Coventry was struggling to deal with wave after wave of Cardiff attacks. Nathan Cameron scuffed his clearance early in the second half, but Westwood again was on hand to thwart Chopra. Coventry did actually have the ball in the net, but the constantly booed Marlon King's shot fell invitingly at the feet of Jutkovic. But the effort was ruled out for offside. However, the Bluebirds made the game safe 7 minutes from time. Craig Bellamy, who spent a season at Coventry early in his career, saw his shot take a huge deflection off the hand of James McPake. Bellamy could have had a second moments later after a wonderful 1-2, but that goalkeeper Westwood was on hand to deny him again. It was Cardiff's first win since November the 13th, and a first Boxing Day win for 11 years.
We played well, start to finish. We didn't even have a spell within the game that we weren't in control, I felt. But when they sent on the big lads at the end, and they're a big side anyway, it was just whether we could keep the ball and keep popping it about and keep causing them problems. But we knew the keeper gets, he's going to launch it big, and we had to stay strong, and everybody did that.
For the first 45, 55 minutes, I thought we were very, very slow, too respectful, you know, standoffish. We didn't stick to what it is we were going to do. We weren't very good when we got the ball back. We gave it back to them, and you can't do that.
Still to come, a festive treat from the Madejski, where Reading play Bristol City. And an all-Yorkshire classic as Sheffield United take on Hull City.